Hello, everybody. Good morning. I've forgotten, it's the 20th of April, 2025. My name is Brian. This is Class A plus English. And today we're going to continue with the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Good. I'm enjoying this game. We're kind of getting into the nitty gritty, I think, of it now at the moment. Let me jump into the game. Who's there? Hi, Iona. Hey, Iona, let me do something. Let me just check something out. See if I can do this. Can I do this? Standard. Hey, Iona, congratulations. I've just made you a moderator. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to jump into the game. I hope you're well. It's Easter Sunday here in sunny Spain. A lot of stuff going on in the streets, a lot of processions and religious activity, I think you could call it, yeah? Speaking of religion, we're moving into the game. Let's go for it. Hey, look, you've got a... Okay, this should be the game. Hang on. Settings, bit of music. Okay. Is it working? Have I turned on game? Hang on. Game. Okay. This is a new channel, so sometimes I make mistakes, so that should be it. Okay, we finish here the last day. When did I stream? Friday night. The gunpowder plot. Remember the 5th of November, yeah? When the Catholics tried to blow up the House of Parliament. You are sitting on a solitary bench in a gazebo in the Archduke's garden. Tall lanterns spread their dim glow in the cool evening air. When Gaius Tempest became overseer of Magra, one of his first edicts, one of his first orders, granted commoners entry to the Archduke's garden. At the time, many Magrans saw this gesture as a sign of future change. Okay, good. So we get to hang out in the garden. An example of that would be Retiro Park in Madrid. It was the royal garden, you know, but they opened it up to the public. One of my favorite parks in the world, I must add. Okay, so we're in the park. Nice, yeah? Nice relaxing afternoon. Read a book. Have a coffee. But unfortunately, the right to visit the Archduke's garden excuse me, is the only new right the commoners now enjoy by the grace of the overseer Tempest. It does little to ease the burden of double taxation or the need to work the mines without gunpowder. So, everybody, I think this is number 15 or 14, the 14th stream. There's a lot to explain. If you're new to the channel, welcome. But I would recommend, if you are interested in the story, go back and watch previous streams because there's a lot to explain. If you've been here before, welcome back. Yeah, we're going to continue. It's a Sunday morning, so relax, grab a coffee or something, and let's find out what's going to happen next. A serpentine, stone-paved road leads to the gazebo. Many flower beds are nestled in the bends and coils of the elaborate path. In the distance, on the other end of the path, you finally see Sophia's silhouette, her shadow. She takes a look around, steps over the low fence, and walks you through the flowers. Sophia's kind of my boss. She was my boss before. She's a witch. We're working for the secret chancellery. We're kind of spying on the people. And in the last stream, we reported what was his name? Mayor Lansky. No, that's the mafia guy. I can't remember. But he was talking revolution, and we reported it to the big cheese, Sir Felipe El Ferro. I had trouble finding you here, Brante. Let's meet in one of the usual places next time. It isn't safe here. You agree. Although you are sick and tired of the stuffy basement rooms and trash-filled ruins where you typically arrange to meet the leaders of the last straw cells. So this is my secret society now. We're called the Last Straw. And we're moved into a kind of a cellular terrorist organization. Okay, Sophia says, let's get to it. Let's start. The last straw needs gunpowder. We could really use some. Oh my god, this is turning into Irish revolutionary stuff, isn't it? If we had gunpowder, we could blow up the Emperor's statue in the Golden Square or the walls of the city armory. There's all kinds of stuff we could do. Nice. We're getting into the explosive part of the game, yes? As an Irish person, I endorse this. The thing is, you can't find it anymore. Even owning it is forbidden, thanks to the overseer. Magaran Industry has had to swallow a bitter pill and trade their fancy new gunpowder for good old shovels. Except not everybody got rid of it. Lucky for us, right? If something is a bitter pill, it's like it's something you have to accept. You have to do. It was a bitter pill. I'm not sure why they have to trade their new gunpowder for shovels. Yeah, to dig a hole. Except not everybody has thrown their weapons away or got rid of their weapons. Yeah, if my TV is broken, I get rid of it. I throw it away. That new friend of yours, Mayor Egmont. This is the guy we snitched on, we grassed on, we ratted out to the secret chancellery. He's a resourceful fellow. He started buying gunpowder by the barrel some 20 years ago to work the mines. They still use it in his mines, but late at night, so nobody finds out. Yeah, you wouldn't notice kind of explosions in the middle of the night, sure. There's a warehouse where they keep mountains of that stuff, Brante. We need to get our hands on it. We need to obtain it. We need to get it. If we can get Mayor to hand it over on his own, all the better. But if he digs his heels in, we'll just pay the warehouse a visit and grab it. Done deal. Okay. To hand something over, to give it, yeah, to hand it over. I go into the shop, I steal some chocolate, I get caught by the security guard. The security guard says, Brian, how many times have you done this? Hand it over. And I go, no, and I give it back. But if he digs his heels in, right, to dig your heels in is to be stubborn, yeah? It means like, what would be a good example of it? Like, I'm digging my heels in. I'm refusing to do something. Yeah, I'm refusing to do something. Beyonce calls me. She says, come on, Brian, I want to go to the Oscars. And I'm like, no, Beyonce, not the Oscars again. It's so boring. No, no, no. And she's, please. And I'm like, no, I'm digging my heels on this. No. True story. What do you say? All right, we can steal the gunpowder. Let's have a look. We get a stash of gunpowder. Now, this is Class A plus English, yeah? We know what a stash is, everybody, don't we? It's where you hide something, yeah? A stash. It can also be a verb, to stash. Valor goes up, which we need. Willpower goes down. We can report this to Philippe. This is my boss. We can reject the idea. Let's have a look. Steal the gunpowder. There is no way you and Egmont will ever be able to make a deal. You will have to rob the warehouse. That sounds fun. Report it to my boss. You decide to quietly tell Philippe about the gunpowder. Sophia does not have to know. I don't trust Sophia. Reject the idea outright. No, you're staying out of this. Your movement will do just fine without gunpowder. Anybody want to say? Anyone want to give an opinion? What should we do? Steal? Snitch? Reject? What do you think? Valor goes up. We need some more valor. Willpower goes down. It doesn't matter. The spy network goes up. My relationship with the boss goes up. Reject the idea, willpower goes up. I've got plenty of willpower. Anyone? Steal, 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 says the mob. Okay, we're gonna go Irish on it. We're gonna break in and steal the explosives. As much as you regret this, it cannot be helped. Egmont does not trust you enough to just hand over the gunpowder if you ask him. Stealing from his warehouse is a much safer option, and much more fun as well, I think. Balaclavas, midnight, you know, as I expected, we're going in tonight. Night falls. Father Fouad sits on the high bench of a large windowless wagon waiting for the signal to drive up to the warehouse. Alida Siran is up in a tree. As you do, watching the roads. If anyone shows up, she will let you know. Good. Okay, these are the two people I have employed at my print shop. My print shop is being funded by the Eternia CIA or secret police or the secret chancellery as they're called. So actually I'm like a mole. Yeah, I'm a kind of a spy in the underground society, the secret society. But we're going to go and rob some gunpowder. I'm excited. You, Sophia, and an unusually quiet Moss are sneaking to the main entrance of a compact, sturdy, strong-looking building. The guards are few, and darkness hides you well. Sophia signs for you to stop. Her eyes glint with a golden glow. A guard by the warehouse entrance slowly collapses to the ground. Sophia's a witch, and when her eyes start to go yellow, bad things happen. People burst into flames. People are almost drugged. Or like this guard, he falls. Collapses to the ground. Maybe it's a sleep spell or something like that. To cast a spell on someone. He's asleep. Deep asleep. Get him away from the gate. Are we going to cut his throat? You grab the sleeping guard by the wrists and drag him away from the building. Meanwhile, Oliver Moss convinces the door's hinges to let you in. His crowbar works quickly and quietly. When he is done, you push against the door and the warehouse is open. You find dozens of waterproof barrels lined up against the walls. Okay, Oliver Moss. Who is this person again? Oliver Moss. He's the new guy who has come to join us. Personality. No, my family. Oliver Moss. Where is he? Oliver Moss. Here he is. He's a nobleman of the mantle. My relationship is indifferent. He's hired goon of great skill who works for the last straw, always willing to get his hands dirty for the promise of coin. Okay, he's like a mercenary. Our boss, Sir Philippe, brought him in the previous stream to work with us. Okay, so we found the barrels. Waterproof, so water cannot get in, lined up against the walls. Open one of them, says Sophia. Oliver punctures a barrel. Black powder trickles out of the wound and onto the floor. Gunpowder! Oliver squeezes several grains between his fingers. He looks disappointed. Oh, what's wrong, Oliver? So that's what it is, eh? Don't look so dangerous to me. You give a sign with the lantern. Father Fouad drives the carriage up to the door. You scurry into it, trying to carry as many barrels as you can. So what? Oliver doesn't know about gunpowder. He doesn't know about explosives. Faster, my friends, work faster. You've got no excuse for sluggishness at your age. Sluggishness, laziness, slowness. The wagon is only half full when you suddenly hear a long whistle. Alida has spotted something or someone. You flash Sophia a wary glance. Should you risk it for a biscuit and fill the wagon with barrels? Brante, drive off with Fuad. We need to keep what we have. Moss, you're staying with me. We need to hide our tracks. I'll take care of Alida. Go! You jump onto the wagon. You hop onto it. Father Fuad flicks the reins. Giddy up! Several long, frantic minutes pass as you ride along the edge of the road as quietly as you can. The blood pounds in your ears as you listen intently for the first sound of pursuit or Sophia's cry. Silence! Oh, kaboom! Wow. Something blew up. A bomb went off. There was an explosion going kaboom. The explosion is deafening. It makes me deaf. I can't hear. A pillar of the purest fire blooms where the building once stood, filling the district with light for several seconds. You cannot look away from the spectacle. Two silhouettes are running towards you, Sophia and Moss. Ah, so they've blown up the factory or the warehouse. Out of breath, they finally catch up with the wagon. What happened? Egmont's men came for the powder. I'm such an idiot. I should have known they'd never show up here during the day either. We're fine. At least we got some of it. What about Alida? Where is she? Don't you worry, Brante. She's a smart girl. She gets it. It's her first lesser death anyway. We're going to split up to get them off our trail. Moss, you're with me. You and Fuad drive fast and hide those barrels well. Ooh, 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 ooh. We've stolen some explosives, everyone. A bomb heist, an explosive heist. With that, you ride away from the warehouse district. The job is done. Several hours later, you transport the barrels to your secret warehouse. No other soul must ever know where you are hiding this perilous cargo. So nobody must know where you're hiding this dangerous, perilous, very dangerous cargo, you know, like cargo ship or whatever. So you transport stuff. So this would be the barrels of explosives. Valor has gone up. The power of destruction now rests in your hands. You feel excitement and a touch of dread. A bit excited. I'm a bit nervous. I have a lot of power now. Although my valor, I'm still weak in battle, so I need to build this up for fighting, yeah? My willpower? Yeah, I'm grand. Prepared for anything. Stash of gunpowder. Class A+, English, approved of stashes. Alright, so we've got explosives. I wonder. Alright, this is our timeline. Still haven't died yet. We're doing pretty well, eh? How do I get out of here? Okay. The call of the ancestors. Today is a big day for the Brante family. The day your family line started. The day when you remember all your ancestors. Okay, so it's some sort of like Day of the Dead or something. Tonight, everyone who bears the name Brante must descend into the family crypt to keep vigil. Excuse me. To keep vigil by the tombs. This is the time to surrender yourself to your ancestors and hear their will. Alright, so we're doing a bit of like, what would you call it? Seance or something, you know? Ouija board with your ancestors. The entire family prepares for the event in silence. Stefan has been choosing his apparel since morning, praying anxiously under his breath all the while. The heir has a special place in the family vigil. Even Mother is planning to go with you, though Father tries to talk her out of it. Lydia, I beg you, stay home. You are far too weak for an all-night vigil in the crypt. Gloria, would you be so kind as to stay with your mother, since you cannot join us anyway, because you're not part of the family, Gloria? This is my sister. Gloria, answer the muffled voice. As you wish, Sir Robert. The late Sir Gregor would only be enraged to see Mother there. We all remember how their last encounter ended. Yeah, he murdered her. Father nods curtly, avoiding Gloria's gaze. But at that moment, your attention is drawn to a noise in the foyer. Nathan staggers through the door, stumbling over his own feet. He reeks of cheap wine and filth. Nice one. Nathan's my younger brother, and it looks like he is drunk. I'm not late, am I? Everyone gazes at him in consternation, so everyone is angry with him. Nathan almost falls into Mother's and Gloria's arms. Distressed, they fuss over him. Stefan eyes his youngest brother coldly. Yeah, Stefan is no fun, is he? Yeah, he's very, very kind of, let's say it, boring. I expected nothing more of you, Nathan. Why even speak of duty to your family when you can't even manage to live by the commoner's lot? Go lie down in the pantry and stay out of our sight. Father, Sean, it's time to go. It's time, let's go. So Nathan just got really drunk, so he doesn't have to spend the night in a kind of crypt, which is where the tomb, like where dead people are. Your ancestors, your previous generations of your family name. Alongside Father and Stefan, you descend into the family crypt. You go down into it. You cannot help but remember paying your last respects to your grandfather 9 years ago. You light the lamps. Dim, low, eerie flames illuminate the shrine. In the middle of it stands a magnificent stone tomb containing the long-decayed remains of... That's right, Gregor Brante, my granddaddy. Not a nice man, not a nice man. He burnt my mother alive. You take your places around the crypt and kneel. The all-night vigil has begun. Yeah, that sounds a bit heavy, doesn't it? At first your ancestors remain silent. Each of you is left with their own thoughts. Then a low murmur passes around you, a whisper. The shadows in the corners of the room deepen. The light is changing. Maybe it's getting a little bit cold. They're here! The voices grow stronger. You know that the ancestors of Gregor Brante, long-forgotten commoners whom you never knew, are trying to talk to you, but now a memory of them has come to life in the darkness of the crypt. They are pleading for something, demanding it of you, calling out to you, screaming. They want something from me. So here's the crypt. Finally, you all hear that painfully familiar, deep, imperious voice echo from the far end of the chamber. Oh God, it's Gregor. It's Granddaddy. It has been a long time since I've seen you all. I hope you bear good tidings. All this time I've been waiting for you to fulfill my mission. Remember, as long as I am in your blood, I will give you no peace. Jesus, chill out, man. I hope you bear good tidings. I hope you bring good news. I did not have my family ennobled just to see our line cut short. Our blood tide must join the grand flow of the empire, and then each of my descendants will inherit nobility forever and ever. But I do not see any of you before my tomb. Where are you hiding? Where is the head of our family, the man who will speak to me? Where is the man who will heed my will, who will do what I say? Okay, good. All right, Gregor. Easy, tiger. Father rises from his knees and makes his way out towards Granddaddy's stone tomb, the source of that booming voice. But Stefan suddenly pushes him out of the way. Father takes an indignant step forward, but Stefan firmly bars the way. It's a family coup. Stefan is taking over, everyone. Stop it, Stefan. You are my heir, but you are not the head of this family. Father, it's not you that Sir Gregor is addressing. Earning the nobility of the sword is my duty to him. He has long forsaken any hope of seeing you achieve it. You must understand that I am the one who will fulfill that duty. All right, cool, Stefan. Usurping my father. Stefan does not let him pass. Father breathes heavily in anger. You can all but feel the frantic beating of both their hearts, resonating somewhere within you. Both your father and brothers seem to have forgotten that you are here too. Sorry, why am I speaking in that voice? I am speaking like a ghost all day now, for the rest of the day. Even the restless voices of your ancestors have grown hushed, quiet, waiting for the outcome of this confrontation. We have two choices. We can side with Father. Unity goes up. Willpower goes down. Doesn't really matter. Stefan goes down. Father goes up. Support. Right. Father. Unity goes up. Supports. Right. Robert Brante remains the head of the family, or supports Stefan's superiority. The eldest brother has earned the right to speak to the ancestors on behalf of the family. Goes up. Unity goes down. Willpower goes up. Diplomacy. I don't know what diplomacy is. Do I need diplomacy? Where's personality? Diplomacy. Your proficiency in the laws of the empire, as well as your connections and influence among the ruling elite. It affects your ability to negotiate with people of importance. I'm at unknown. I need to get up to promising. It's good for judges. Diplomacy goes up 1. Okay, everybody, what do you think we should do? Should we side with Daddy and piss off Stefan, or do we support our power-crazed brother and we get a diplomacy point? Anybody? I can't step forward, it's locked, so no, I can't do this because I haven't focused on nobility. Any opinions? Anybody want to say? Anyone make a choice? Side with Father. Support Stefan. Okay, we're going to I'm at -3 with Daddy already. I'm going to support Stefan just for the laugh. I get a diplomacy point. There's going to be trouble ahead. You walk up to Father and gently put a hand on his shoulder. Let Stefan talk to Grandfather. This is what our ancestor wishes. There is no reason to oppose him. Father lowers his head and steps to the side. Yeah, get out of here, old man. The kids are taking over. Stefan approaches your grandfather's tomb, his fists clenched tight. What, you're going to fight a ghost, Stefan? Stefan, I have always known. Alright. Stefan, I have always known that if anyone will lead the Brante family to glory, it will be my grandson. Sir Gregor, We are closer to becoming nobles of the sword than ever before. The overseer looks upon us with favor. He likes us. Give us but a couple more years and your dream will come true. My dream, Stefan, it is the great cause of anyone who bears the name of Brante. Earning us a place in eternity is your duty to your blood, just as it is my duty to look out for you, even from beyond the grave. Your father's follies have become a veritable threat. Follies, mistakes, and I must help you overcome it. You still cater to those foundlings. Ooh, Lydia and Gloria, his mother and my sister, risking a permanent blemish upon the Brante name, my name. You are but a step away from leading our family to shame and ruin. A blemish is a mark, yeah? Like, my perfect skin doesn't have any, but some people might have blemishes, you know? Unfortunately, I cannot give you any examples. So yeah, blemish would be a mark. So here he's saying that it's a mark, a stain on their family. He's full of fun, this guy. Stefan, you are the heir of this family. Do not take after your spineless father. Do what must be done. Cleanse our family of wickedness. Oh Christ, he's going back to this again. Right, so spineless meaning my father is a coward. He has no spine. He has to be very spineless. Cleanse our family of wickedness. Now, Gregor in a previous stream tried to cleanse our family of wickedness by trying to burn everyone alive, which is when he died, yeah? So, yeah, we tried that one, Granddad. Stefan is suddenly shivering. You've never seen your elder brother like this before. He replies to his ancestor in a steady voice. But Gloria, I can't. Do you dare hesitate? Dead though I may be, my will lives on, and you are the embodiment of this will in the realm of the living. Stefan checks himself before he wrecks himself. I will do my duty to my family, Sir Gregor, whatever the price. I will pay it. The crypt is completely silent once more. You are alone again. Alone again. You see tears glistening on Stefan's face. He suddenly clasps you in his arms. He's going to go and try and kill everybody, isn't he, yeah? I hope you really do understand me, Sean. This is the burden I must bear. Hey, Dima, how's it going? Hey, Gregor. Gregor is a pain in the arse, isn't he? He's such a nightmare. I hope you really do understand me, Sean. This is the burden. This is the weight I must bear. Yeah, this is what I have to do, my responsibilities. But I don't wish any harm to come to anyone who lives under our roof. I will find a solution that is best for all of us. Okay, good. Good, Stefan. That sounds great. He's not going to try and round up the women and kill them for, bringing shame to our family for being commoners. While your brother holds you in his firm embrace, you hear a sorrowful sigh from father. You watch as his lone, hunched figure walks up the stairs. The vigil is over. There has been a family coup, a coup d'etat, we say. It's a French expression. Usually, when the military take over from a government. So this is a family coup. Stefan has usurped Daddy. All right. And now he feels sorry for me anyway, so that's good. Unity's gone down. There's some disagreements. Poor Stefan, I bet Gregor haunts the guy even in his dreams. I would absolutely agree with you, yeah. It's definitely something difficult to get rid of, isn't it? Just with your angry grandfather down in the crypt waiting to tell you to kill everybody, While the vigil is over. Okay, what's happening? Willpower's gone up, good. Diplomacy is up 1, so I'm at 8 points, which means I'm still unknown, but getting there. I think I need more valor points. We need some more bravery. I want to get into some fights. The errors of youth. It has been a month since Sophia left the city on Philippe's urgent orders. You have no idea where she went. Sophia the witch. But until she returns, the last straw has been laying low. You have had to tend to the print shop all by yourself. To lay low is to be quiet. Yeah, I think we did this in the previous stream. I rob a bank. I don't go out spending all the money. I lay low for a while, you know. I stay very quiet. Early morning. Father Fuad welcomes you to the print shop. He looks like he was asleep just a moment ago himself. He gets up from his makeshift bed of crates and beckons you closer with a finger. Makeshift meaning like temporary, because he's sleeping at the print shop, yeah? This is the priest that we have recruited. There he is. Brante, I've got something to tell you, young man. So I made my rounds last night, so to speak. I stopped by a few flop houses, hit a few taverns and other dens of iniquity, and I met a young man we could use. Not sure if we can trust him, though. So he went around to the flop houses. These would be places that are very cheap to stay in. He went to a few bars, maybe dens of iniquity, maybe gambling places, yeah? Looking for recruits, and he met a young man, but he's not sure if we can trust him. Let's do some interrogation. His name is Gustav. He told me he comes from Eterna. He says he's on the run from the secret chancellery. The secret chancellery, you say? He insists he was with the underground there in the capital, the Lotless, they're called. They were responsible for that March of the Collars 4 years back. Yeah, that was us, Fuad. Well, we're working for the secret chancellery now as kind of like double agents, aren't we? This might not be good for Gustav. So Gustav tells me all the Lotless were nabbed. They were arrested by the secret chancellery spooks, spies. Yeah, another word for a spy is a spook. After their march. He thinks the Anizotte underground could be in danger too. Oh, hell yeah. They're being run by the secret chancellery. The trouble is, that's all he told me. He's not exactly a trusting fellow. Right. Gustav is walking into a trap. I think one of us ought to talk to him. Ought to, should. Yeah, you ought to go to the doctor. You ought to. Like water. You oughta. Yeah? I think one of us ought to talk to him. I think one of us should talk to him. Yeah? You ought to do something. Find out who he is and what he knows. He looks shady, if you ask me, but maybe we could use him here. What do you say, young man? Shady. If somebody is shady, they're a bit suspicious, yeah? A bit suspicious. Maybe you can't trust them. I don't trust that guy. He's a bit shady, yeah? Maybe he's doing some kind of illegal stuff, you know? A bit shady. Now, in Ireland, we say the shades, yeah? Especially down around Limerick. The shades are the police. It's a slang word for the police, the cops, the shades. You thank Fuad for the information. You will think about how to meet with Gustav yourself. Just give me the word, young man, and I'll set it up. I'll arrange the meeting to set it up. Fuad bows, stretches, and walks off to the printing presses. You sigh, trying to steady the furious beating of your heart. Furious? Gustav was one of your trusted agents back in Eterna. If he gets too friendly with the last straw in Anizotte, your name will come up eventually. Okay, so I thought they would have known that I was involved with the secret society in Eterna. the Lottless. You do not think that Gustav ever found out that the Lottless were established on Philippe's order, but still, he knows that you were deeply involved in the march. That alone might be enough for him to dismantle your cover story here in Anizotte. Right, so we have a problem. There's a guy has turned up. A trusted member of the Lottless has turned up in my town, Anizotte, and he has information that might be detrimental to our plan. You need to deal with this problem as quickly as possible. Okay, everybody, we got some choices. Let's find out. We can lure Gustav. To lure. If I go fishing, right? I go fishing. I have my fishing rod. I have the line. I have a hook which catches the fish. But I put on bait. Yeah, I put a worm or something onto the hook. And the idea of that worm, yeah, that bait is to lure the fish, to attract the fish. So we can lure a Gustav into a trap. You decide to turn him into the secret chancellery. By turn in, we mean arrested. My family reputation will go down, but manipulation will go up to like master manipulator. Help him escape. You'll help him escape. The city wealth goes down. Willpower and scheming go up. Explain. You will tell Gustav that you saved the Lottless in a turner from a far worse fate and offer him a place in the last row. My eloquence, my speaking will go up. Or we can just hide. You alert Philippe to Gustav's presence. The secret chancellery can solve this problem for you. The spy network goes down. Yeah, every option is open here. Dima, what do you reckon, everybody? What should we choose? Shall we lure Gustav into a trap? Spy network reputation manipulation goes up. We can help him escape. Scheming goes up. I can explain everything to him. My eloquence, my speaking ability goes up. Or we can just lie low and let the secret chancellery deal with this situation. Explaining myself will be logical. Explain myself to him and explain that we try to save the Lottless. Yeah, okay, let's do it. I was hoping that we'd lure him into a trap there, but anyway. You come to a decrepit shack by the city wall. Your eyes gradually adjust to the darkness as you step inside. A shack is like an old shed, you know? Shanty towns, chabolas, no? In Spanish, chaboya. You think of Brazil, you know, the favelas, yeah? So it's like the houses are not houses, they're kind of just put together. So decrepit, very old, very, you know, not very good. You come to this decrepit shack by the city wall. Your eyes gradually adjust to the darkness as you step inside. You see dirty drapes, curtains hanging over a small window. The floor is rotten and creaky. Gustav is sitting on a wooden crate. He is clutching a small meat cleaver, a knife, yeah? Okay. You better be right here, Nadima. You greet Gustav with a nod. He grips the handle tighter in response. You show him your palms to prove you are unarmed. How is your old comrade in arms doing? You are happy to see him. Gustav smirks grimly. He smiles, but like very serious, yeah? Very serious. Yeah, right. I know all about you and the Lottless, so don't try to play games with me. I gotta get out of this city and you're gonna help me do it, or I'll tell him our young Sir Brante got the commoners to march back there in the capital. You got a noble family, yeah? They'd be tickled pink, wouldn't they? To be tickled pink is delighted, yeah? To be really, 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 really happy. I was tickled pink when I heard the news. I got the new job. I was tickled pink, yeah? I got some new subscribers on my YouTube channel. I was tickled pink, yeah? Okay. So if you are enjoying this, yeah, please press like. If you haven't already, please press subscribe. All right, so Gustav, he's a bit cautious, yeah? He's a bit nervous. He's got a knife. He doesn't really trust me, and he's kind of doing some kind of extortion. He's trying to blackmail me a little bit, yeah? He doesn't. He's got the information that like I'm a noble family from a noble family. All right, Gustav, put the weapon down. There is no reason to threaten you. You are here to help. Hands out. Open. The nervous man considers your words and slowly puts the cleaver on the floor. You step closer and sit next to him. You tell Gustav that some of the Loftus managed to evade the secret chancellery. Omitting certain details, you name other members you were able to rescue from the slaughter. For all you know, they could still be fighting their good fight in Eterna. Your struggle against the Imperial rule is far from over, you assure him. That is why you came back to Anizotte, to keep fighting. But I thought you just ran off, sold us out, and disappeared. So I guess I was wrong. Yes, Gustav, you were wrong. Yes, he was wrong. You tell him about the last straw. This is bigger than the march now. You are planning a full-fledged revolt. You were organized and well-trained, and you still need people who are willing to fight for freedom. Full-fledged, you know, a complete, like, proper revolution, everyone. You offer Gustav a job and a place to stay. Will he join you once more? Will he keep fighting? He nods eagerly. There are tears in his eyes. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. I was so wrong about you, Sean. I thought I was all alone. I thought the fight was over and we lost. I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me. I'm on your side. Our cause is just. You pat your old friend on the back. You have one request for him, however. Gustav must never tell a soul about the Lotless and your and Sophia part. Right, that's not right. Part in the march. And Sophia, I would say, and Sophia's, and Sophia and yours, and your part. Sophia and your part. Okay, they've got that kind of wrong. Your and Sophia part. Yeah. Okay, because this game is translated, I think, so that's not right. It seems. Gustav must never tell a soul about the Lotless and Sophia's and your part in the march. I think that's how it would say it. You do not want the members of the new organization to be discouraged by your past failures. Alright, so nobody must talk about the Lotless. There is no room for error. Even the slightest mishap, could ruin everything. He nods in understanding. All right, my lips are sealed. I'll never mention the Loftus to you again, or to anyone else for that matter. Our lips are sealed. Our lips are sealed. Quiet. Eloquence has gone up. You shake hands on it. Okay, 1 second, I need to go to the bathroom, okay? I'm going to take a little break here for a moment, so bear with me. 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back again. All right, let's get into it. So no more. My lips are sealed. I will say nothing. Gustav has promised us that he's going to keep quiet. He's going to keep stum about the lotless. Let's continue. We shake hands on it. Good. It's a deal. 11:39. I'm 22 years old, everyone. Time flies when you're having revolution. Powder keg. The event is a consequence of your previous actions, yeah? We've got a stash of gunpowder. Okay, here we go. The air is chilly. Not cold, just chilly. The sun has set. The sun rises, the sun sets. You make your way towards the city walls, avoiding busy streets. There, by an old grain warehouse, you have an appointment with Sophia. She wanted to speak to you face to face. Is she afraid of being overheard? Of spies listening to us? Or is it just gossip? She's already there, leaning on the old wall and smoking her pipe. She greets you with a nod. So she's back. She's back in Anizotte. I'm glad you got here quick. Listen up. Listen to me. Listen up, everyone. We've been in Anizotte for a while now. I've seen how you handle things with the last straw. I think I can trust you. Yeah, thanks, Sophia. Can I trust you, though? That's the question, really. I need to ask you a favor. It's for the last straw, but Philippe can never find out about it. So Philippe can't find out about it? I need gunpowder and I need it now. I led you to the stuff and now I want you to tell me where they're hiding it. Doesn't she know? You ask Sophia what she needs the gunpowder for. Why do you need the gunpowder? The young woman squints and looks you in the eye. Oh God, she's going to do some of her magic. She squints her eyes, yeah? They go yellow, run. To get people riled up, to get people angry, to start the revolt, don't expect any details. You know how it goes. The longer the chain, the easier it breaks. You'll find out soon enough. Good procedure there for a terrorist organization, a need-to-know basis. For now, the question is whether you trust me or not. Just give me the gunpowder and keep your mouth shut, keep your trap shut. Think you can handle that? All right, everybody, we've got some choices. Do I agree? What happens? You tell Sophia where the gunpowder is being kept. Sophia has the gunpowder. The wealth of Magra goes down, the order goes down, unrest goes up, and my relationship with Sophia goes up as well. So she's going to try and blow something up, isn't she? You reply that you cannot give Sophia the gunpowder without knowing what she is going to do with it, and my relationship with Sophia will go down. All right, what do you think, everybody? Let's have a go. Well, she helped us find it. Yeah, she did tell us where it was, didn't she? And I don't really trust her, you know. When we got arrested and everything, we ended up in jail, and she was working with Sir Philippe. Well, maybe it's a test, you know, for Sir Philippe. You know, go and ask him if he'll give you some gunpowder. She did help us find it. I'm surprised she doesn't know where it is, you know? So, Dima, you reckon agree, yeah? Okay. She's going to do something, though. The Magra refuse, says Iona. Choose yourself, says Dima. Oh my God, everybody. You're putting me in between a rock and a hard place here. On one hand, Dima says, do it. On the other hand, Iona says, don't do it. Shut your trap. But I would give the powder her. Iona says she's a massive dick. Shut your trap. Get lost, Sophia. Dima, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go with Iona. I think I'm going to refuse, because I think it's a trap. Alright, just do it. Sorry, sorry. No, I cannot give the gunpowder without knowing your intentions. No, too late, I refused, yeah? Like to be on Philippe's side. Sophia seems nicer. Oh, decisions. Okay, we've made a decision. Let's find out what she says. Maybe she will tell us and then I can give it to her. I helped you get that gunpowder. It's not yours. Be that as it may, it's still too dangerous. You ask Sophia why you should trust her. She purses her lips, annoyed. So that's how it is. Yes, exactly. That's how it is. Oh, damn it! She's gonna do her magic on me. The moon's golden reflection dances in her bottomless eyes. The dizziness knocks you off your feet. I should have known about this. Sophia seems nicer, says Dima. She's just hit me with a magic spell, man. Philippe will never find out about this conversation. Philippe will never find out about this conversation. Remember, Sean, a slave only gets to live as long as he's useful. A slave only gets to live as long as he is useful. The minute you aren't useful anymore, one word from Philippe will be enough to wipe you from the face of existence. The minute I'm not useful anymore, one word from Philippe will be enough to wipe me from the face of existence. Alright, she's not happy about that. She just kind of magic drugged me though, didn't she? Alright, well she didn't want to tell us and we couldn't kind of negotiate. Egmont's speech. Just a few days into the year, Mayor Egmont, chairman of the Lesser Quorum and owner of several silver mines. God, does he own several silver mines? He hasn't told us that ever. Like, every time. He made a speech that caused quite a stir in the province. Caused a stir, a bit controversial. Though a commoner, Egmont had the gall, the audacity to demand that the Magran authorities both enforce and obey imperial law. So he's a commoner. He's a very rich commoner, this guy. He was kind of... He liked the idea of revolution, but then I told Sir Philippe, the boss of the secret police. Alright, so don't be angry. I don't want any of the watchers to be angry. It's only a game, everyone. Okay, what's the use of the imperial laws if they aren't enforced as they should be? Even today, any Anizotte nobleman who gets up on the wrong side of the bed can draw his sword and run a commoner through with impunity. These gentlemen may be our rulers, but does that mean they can defy the Emperor's will? Sir Elborn has been appointed to enforce the rule of law in Magra. How come the prefect doesn't see this? Okay, let's look at the language, yeah? To get up on the wrong side of the bed, yeah? It means to be in a bad mood, to wake up in a bad mood, you know? I think the Romans, they had a lucky side. I don't remember if it's left or right, but I think this is where it comes from. If you were like back in the Roman times, when you wake up in the morning, you were supposed to get out of bed on the right. If you got out of bed on the left, it was considered unlucky, and hence getting up on the wrong side of the bed. I think it goes back to the Romans. Anybody who wakes up in a bad mood can draw a sword and stab a commoner with impunity. Nothing will happen. Doesn't matter because they're nobles. So he's talking about inequality here. We commoners aren't allowed to seize the noble lot and take over the province, but the rule of tradition is a thing of the past. This is the age of justice. We may not all be equal in its eyes, but even the nobles and the clergy, the religious people, must obey the law. The Magaran aristocracy is furious with Egmont and demands that he be silenced. But the rich industrialist has too much money and too many connections to be dealt with so easily. He's super rich because, hey, he owns some silver mines. You hear more and more rumors about secret societies of commoners appear, in the city, plotting against the nobles, noble rule. The gentry, the elite, the nobles fears that Egmont and his peers might be behind this, but they have no proof, at least for now. His peers. Your peers are your like your colleagues or your classmates, yeah, people around you. They might be behind this, they might be responsible for this. Father Leonard, abbot of the Temple of the Silver Tree and leader of the New Believers, supports Egmont and has spoken publicly in his favor. Father Leonard says, the twins themselves entrusted the noble estate with the right to rule over the common folk, but rulers must also care for their subjects. The old faith is mistaken. No commoner should ever be forced to suffer. It is for this reason that the imperial law exists. It is there to ease the people's suffering. May those laws be duly enforced, and may they serve all the people of the empire. There you go. Some fantastic voice acting by me. Alright, struggle for power. Right, still in the middle here. You got to see the old nobility, overseers, struggle, commoners in power. Reign of terror, which is what I'm looking forward to. Order. It's going down. Discontent. The people aren't happy, everybody. The wealth has gone down. Yeah, it's gone down one, so it's security. Alright. A chat, a talk with the magistrate. My heart is pounding madly in my chest. I gasp desperately for air, paralyzed by fear. Two burly young men have just pulled a sack over my head and shoved me into a carriage. I've been kidnapped, everyone. Uh-oh. Who could have done this? Are they Philippe's men? Members of the last straw? Someone else with a grudge against you. A grudge. It's like if you remember someone did badly against you, you know, you hold a grudge against someone, yeah? Where are they taking me? Will I survive the day? The carriage comes to a stop. They drag you out, get you on your feet and force you to walk. You march down long hallways in complete silence. Then at last they sit you in a chair. I would be absolutely terrified if this happened to me. I have to say, if I'm walking down the street, some big guys come over, put a sack over my head, a bag over my head, carry me into a car and then drive me to a place and then make me sit down in a chair, I would be slightly nervous. Remy El Verman. I don't know who this person is. Get that thing off his head. I can't talk to him like that, can I? He's definitely a noble. He's obviously a magistrate. Who is this man? A hand wrenches the sack, pulls the sack off my head. Light stabs me in the eyes as I gasp for air. I'm in trouble, everyone. Once my eyes adjust to the light, you see a dining table covered in years of dust. This is a noble mansion abandoned long ago. The paint is peeling off the walls, it's coming off the walls, and the glazed gilt trim is cracked and faded. The once magnificent furniture is covered in rust and cobwebs. Cobwebs is like the what spiders make, yeah? Spiders make cobwebs to catch the flies, yeah, cobweb. Spider-Man, yeah, cobweb. In the midst of this withered splendor, you see a man who is known to all, the magistrate of Anizotte, Sir Felipe El Ferro. There he is, looking very noble, very fashionable. What's he got in his hand? Is that another whip or something? Let's find out. I suppose you've caught your breath by now, eh, Brante? Let's have a little chat, shall we? Hang on, what accent am I going to do for this, yeah? First, the obvious. I know what you are, and I know who you work for. I know your family. I have the power to ruin you and your father and everyone else you care about. So I always go into kind of a Winston Churchill thing, don't I? If anyone ever hears about this conversation, I will crush you before you can blink. Blink your eyes. Wink, blink. Wink, blink. Yeah? Okay, so if I tell anyone he's going to crush me, okay. Please don't hurt me, I'll tell you everything. But I didn't arrange this meeting just to threaten you. I'm prepared to offer you something. Salvation. Ooh. The plot thickens, everybody. A glib smile spreads across his face. Now, let's move on to the meat of our little tete-a-tete, our head-to-head conversation. You're in a real pickle, Brante. You're in a real pickle, Brante. You'll never escape Philippe's iron grip. He will continue to use you as long as you remain useful, and the moment that usefulness ends, he will deem you an obstacle and eliminate you. You're the second person to say that to me, yeah? Sophia was banging on about this as well. Let's have a look. Tete-a-tete, head-to-head, conversation, one-to-one, face-to-face. You're in a real pickle. Now, this is... I don't know if Americans use this expression, but definitely in Britain and Ireland, to be in a pickle, you have a problem. Yeah, you have a problem. Something's happened. You've got a problem. You're in a pickle, and you will never escape Philippe's iron grip. He's got a hold on me. He'll continue to use me as long as I remain useful, and when I'm not useful, he will eliminate me. This is what Sophia said. God damn it, Iona, I should have gone with give her the gunpowder. Dima was right, Dima. Yeah, now look at the trouble I'm in. I'm aware of Philippe's scheme to obtain special authority from the overseer. The old dog is hungry for power, but I have enough on my plate as it is. What with the Elborn's prefecture and Egmont's lesser quorum? I have enough on my plate as it is, meaning I am busy, yeah? I have too much on my plate at the moment. I'm just too busy. I've got too much work to do. Yeah, I'm very stressed because I've got too much on my plate. Someone says to me, hey, do you want a new class? I'm an English teacher, okay? And someone says, hey, Brian, like, I've got a student here. Do you want to teach a student? I say, sorry, I have enough on my plate at the moment. I'm busy enough, you know? The secret chancellery is supposed to safeguard imperial rule, but instead Philip is playing a game of his own in my city. Anizotte does not need another man who treats us like a plaything for acting out his utopian fantasies. Hear, hear, Remy. This is a disaster waiting to happen. But it seemed to me that a childhood friend is a better choice than the head of the secret chancellery. Dima, you might be right. Iona, I'm giving you an official warning here for bad choices made. But I have to say, Iona's choices have been pretty good previously, yeah. I think Iona plays with a more kind of cautious style, yeah, because we reported Mayor, whatever his name was, you know, immediately. Anyway, let's see if we can become friends with Sophia again. This is a disaster waiting to happen. If the secret chancellery ever gets discretionary powers, no one will be able to stand in its way, especially commoners like you. Who are you, Remy? Who are you? So here's the deal, Brante. You help me rid Anizotte of the Lesser Quorum and all the other rebels and rebel rousers, and I'll save you from Philippe. Alright. The Lesser Quorum is Mayor, whatever his name is. All the other rebels and rabble rousers, that's the last straw. Now, Remy says he can get me out of the iron grip of Felipe El Ferro, the leader of the secret chancellery, who kind of has me under his thumb at the moment. Yeah, I'm under his thumb, meaning I've really got to do what he says. I already know that Mayor Egmont and his cronies are connected to your secret network, and knowing the secret chancellery, I'm quite certain you've made a note of Egmont's every last misdeed. Alright, so, his cronies, you know, his mates, his friends, yeah, the people who hang out with Mayor Egmont, and they're all connected. I'm quite sure you've made a note of Egmont's every last misdeed. A misdeed is something that you do wrong. You know, it's a misdeed, something that wrong that you do. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Once you have enough evidence to put good old Mayor behind bars or in a noose, bring me everything you've got on him, and then the other upstarts Philippe will be left empty-handed. Ooh. Ooh. With Egmont out of the picture, I'll be free to disband the Lesser Quorum and rule the city in peace. And then I'll finally drive Philippe out of Anizotte. Ooh. Which means that you will go free, and I will rule as I should, and the city of Anizotte will return to normal. No blood will be shed, there will be no more plotting, no more need to pretend. What do you say to that, Brante? Okay, guys. Now, I can't refuse, okay? So I can agree. You promise to help Elvaraman get rid of Mayor Egmont in return for his protection. My family reputation will go up. I make a deal with Remy, and that will go up. Or I can evade the question. You answer vaguely. You do not refuse the offer, but you do not make any promises either. My family reputation will go up. Diplomacy goes up. Willpower goes down, but that's okay. Okay, what do you think, everyone? We can agree. Well, I can't refuse, unfortunately. I don't have enough valor. Look, I need more valor. No, I won't do it. But I can't. So I have to agree or to evade, to put him off, not answer the question. Why? Wait, you didn't take a deal with Egmont. Did I hear right? No, I didn't take the deal. I reported Egmont to the secret chancellery. What the fuck was that sneeze? Yeah, I sneeze when I get nervous, when there's big decisions to make. So, Dima, what Iona, my advisor, recommended was that we grass Egmont to the chancellery, the secret chancellery. And Sir Philip was happy with that. Okay, so we can agree. I don't really know who this Remy El Verman is, yeah? Should we check him out? Relations, personality, occupation, province. Egmont, who's he? Remy El Egmont, let's see. Nobleman of the Sword, Magistrate of Anizotte, manages the city's affairs, head of the Noble Court of Honor. An inveterate follower of the noble traditions of old, he opposes any and all change in the Empire. Okay, I think that's made my mind up, because we want revolution, yeah? We want to smash the status quo, right? And yeah, we're not going to do it, because he just wants things kept as they are. He doesn't want anything to change. So I am going to evade the question. I'll answer vaguely, yeah, maybe, I'll have to think about it. I'm not going to refuse, but I'm not going to make any promises, yeah? Well, between this guy and Egmont, Elmont seems more just. What's your game plan? I mean, allies are really important in this game, or do you really have anyone that can protect you from Philippe? No, I don't have any game plan, actually, to be honest. I'm winging it at the moment. But I think we should stick with Philippe for the moment, anyway, because he's got the power. Or should I make an ally with Remy? So do I agree? And then I have to get rid of Egmont. And then he said he will protect me from Felipe El Ferro. But then he doesn't want to change anything. He's just a very conservative, noble person. He wants nothing to change. Whereas I want to smash the system. I'm going to evade the question for the moment. We can come back to this later on, maybe, if there's a yes or no point. A chat with the magistrate trying to undermine Philippe and the secret chancellery would be suicide. Besides, how do you know the magistrate will not get rid of you just the same once the job is done? Good, Sir Brante. Logical thinking. Better the devil you know. Yet the magistrate wields great power. To refuse him would make him into yet another fearsome, terrible enemy. You rise to your feet and thank Sir Elverman for his confidence. You are ready to cooperate, you say, but Philippe trusts no one. You are watched at all times. It will take a long time for the magistrate to get the results he wants. I can help you, but it's not going to be tomorrow. The magistrate nods, satisfied with your answer. Whew, we got away with that one, everyone. A wise choice, Brante. My men will see you out, and don't forget the first part of our little chat. We never met. This never happened. You continue sending the usual reports to Philippe, and from time to time you send Elveraman a vague letter. If the magistrate wants to believe you have agreed to his deal, you see no reason to disappoint him. Your web of lies is growing larger and more convoluted by the day, but perhaps this new connection will come in handy. It will be useful. Alright. Diplomacy's gone up. Brothers in misery. Your home has been much more peaceful for the last year. The fights between Stefan and Gloria are not as fierce now, but how long will this last? Your job takes up all your time. You see your parents and siblings, brothers and sisters, less and less often. Sometimes you don't even know what they are doing while you deal with the constant stream of duties. Okay, so I have 2 siblings. I have 2 sisters, yeah? How many siblings do you have? It's just another word for brothers and sisters. This morning you head out on urgent business. You take one step out of the gate and run into a uniformed gendarme. Sean Brante, your presence is requested at the prefecture dungeon. Oh, Jesus. Not good when you have a meeting in a dungeon, right? What is a dungeon? A dungeon is like, you know, the medieval castle, maybe in the kind of basement, you know, prison cell, you know. Taken aback, you ask, what is this about? We have your brothers, Stefan and Nathan Brante, in a cell. They were arrested last night at the Steiner's Inn. They asked us to send for you. Okay, so my 2 brothers have been drunk and disorderly and got arrested last night. Or is it a trap? The cells in the prefecture dungeon are cold and damp, as expected. The guard leads you to the bars, and behind them you see Nathan huddled in the corner. Your younger brother is unshaven, more dishevelled than usual, and reeking of wine and filth. I'm getting worried about Nathan, yeah? He seems to be permanently drunk, yeah? Worried, or maybe a little bit impressed. Near the cell, you see Stefan grimly sitting in a chair. You guess that the gendarmes thought it best not to put him in the same cell as his low-born brother. And here we are. I can see the cells, the doors, with some food. Here's the prison guards with a big kind of nailed thing going on there. Upon seeing you, Nathan lets out a whimper. And Stefan cracks a bitter smile. The sheath on your brother's belt is empty. He has no sword. There you are at last, Sean. Have a look at our younger brother. Today he got drunk in the company of some dubious fellows. They are commoners, yet they dared to surrender to pleasure. They started a brawl, fight, wrecked the inn, and harassed the waitresses. As soon as I heard, I rushed to save this drunkard from shame. Nathan cowers in the corner, horror-struck. So Nathan's woken up with this like really bad hangover, probably a headache, very dehydrated, waking up in a dungeon, yeah? Maybe. Nathan cowers in the corner, horror-struck. Oh, Nathan. I walked in and demanded that Nathan come with me, but his cronies wouldn't let him go. Again, there's that word cronies, so it's like the people he's hanging out with, yeah? That's not true. You just grabbed me by the collar and dragged me after you. You nearly suffocated me. Shut your mouth, curse. Oh, brother, they seem to have some sort of sect. They all shouted defamations against the twin gods, and one of them grabbed me by the arm. I was forced to skewer this heretic with my sword. I hope a lesser death will teach him never to lay his filthy paws on a nobleman. Good on you, Stefan. He was just trying to talk to you, Stefan. Silence! Then the gendarmes barged in, and here we are. I have been accused of an unlawful murder. Apparently, the new laws allow killing a commoner only if he attacks first or wields a weapon. They say that in the event of an insult, I'm supposed to file a complaint with the prefecture. So now they're going to seize my sword for a whole year. What a shame. And it's all your fault, Nathan. Oh my god, you can't just kill a commoner at the drop of a hat, everybody. You have to file a complaint. I don't know. Health and safety gone mad. Stefan gives the bars a furious kick. Nathan covers his face with his hands in despair. Sean, brother, you are our only hope. Get me my sword back and get us out of here, and fast. We have to bury this sordid affair as deep as we can before anyone finds out. Save our family from shame. So now I could take this point. I could be like, Stefan. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. You're bringing shame on the family. Blah, blah, blah. What would Granddaddy say? What will Daddy say when he finds out? So we've got some choices here, everybody. These are locked. Take him to the Inquisition. Oh, unfortunately, yeah. So we can ask Father for help. Okay, family reputation goes down. Unity goes down. Manipulation goes up. Nathan, Stefan, happy. Robert. Is that my dad? Goes down. Or I can refuse to help. Reputation goes down too. Willpower goes up, and Stefan and Nathan will be super annoyed with me. So what do you think, everybody? Will you persuade the head of your family to use his power as a judge to free Stefan and Nathan? Right? Daddy will help us. Don't you know who my daddy is? Or we can refuse to help, and no, and everything's negative there except willpower. So what do you think, everyone? Ask Father for help. or refuse to help. I think we should ask Daddy. It's the only ones where we get a manipulation point. You tell Stefan that the only way to get them out of this mess is with Father's help. No, Sean, Father must not know about this. If he gets involved, we won't be able to avoid dishonoring the family. Well, look, Stefan, I think waking up in a dungeon after murdering a commoner for no reason is dishonor enough. Dima's got this one, says Iona. You coldly replied that after this incident, disgrace is inevitable. All that remains is to try and minimize the damage, leaving your brothers. You go upstairs to your father's office. Father? What happened, Sean? Daddy, you gave an account. All right, you gave an account of the incident. He becomes more and more grim with every word you utter. He gets more and more serious with every word I say. Is this why I earned the judge's mantle, to get my own sons out of prison? I would have expected something like this from Nathan, but Stefan? I will not demean myself so they can avoid their punishment. Oh, tough love going on here. Tough love from Daddy. You argue that in this case the damage to your family's reputation will be far greater. Stefan will be publicly deprived of his sword, and Nathan will be sentenced to hard labor on the streets. I hate to admit it, but you're right, son. I will have to swallow my pride and plead their... Daddy is an idiot, I think, right? Okay. And plead their case to the prefect. Stefan is his nephew, after all. Father gets an audience with his superior, Elborn. He returns downhearted, but holding the prefect's order. Together you walk down to the dungeon and present the order to the gendarmes. Stefan Brant's sword is to be returned at once. He has not broken the law and must be freed. As for Nathan Brante, you will be personally cover the damages the inn has sustained. There is no reason to keep the son of a noble behind bars. And this is it, everybody. This is real life, isn't it? Seeing the prefect seal, the gendarme nods obediently and returns Stefan's sword. Daddy, I knew you'd come to the rescue. I haven't really done anything shameful. We will discuss this at home. Stefan sheathes his sword reverently as Nathan is let out of the cell. The elder brother takes the younger by the scruff of his neck and pulls him to the door. Nathan staggers and shuffles along limply. The prefecture is highly displeased with the indiscreet nepotism your father took advantage of. Unsavory rumors about the Brante family creep through Anizotte, which is terrible. Let's have a look. He's displeased. I'm not happy with the indiscreet nepotism. So he called in favors, didn't he? The judge, Stefan, is the nephew of the judge. And so this is caused rumors, yeah? Unsavory, bad rumors about the family. Back home, Father lectures Stefan. Your elder brother objects and blames Nathan for everything. From now on, there will be no more drinking bouts or other nocturnal exploits, Nathan. Who are those rogues you've befriended anyway? Stop shaming this family. If you're so worthless, at least let others go about their business in peace. Do you understand, you blockhead? Nathan remains silent, staring despondently somewhere above him. Okay, my relations have gone up with Nathan. My relations have gone up with Stefan. Daddy is hostile to me. Family honor is down a lot. Unity gone down a lot. But however, I am a master manipulator. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. All right. Okay, I think we're going to finish it there, everybody. I think that's it's my voice. I'm getting tired. There's a lot of speaking, you know. So really, like kind of like an hour and a half of speaking is quite exhausting for me. And I've got a ton of work to do today as well. I've got lots of paperwork, and I have to do a 4-hour health and safety course. But so I've got 4 hours by Wednesday or whatever it is, but I need to start that today. So listen, I hope you enjoyed that. There's a lot going on. Looks like we might have made some wrong decisions today. We'll have to live by our decisions, yeah. We'll have to stand by those choices we have made. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I'll be back on Wednesday nights, and we will continue. But it'll be Wednesday nights. It's going to be about 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah. So again, if like I said, if you haven't if this is your first time watching the stream, go back and check the other streams to get the backstory of the game. It's quite a complicated game, but it's a really, really cool story. And I explain all the vocabulary, you know. If you have been watching, if you've been watching before, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, I got to do that kind of the YouTube thing now, like that. The likes and subscribers really, really help the the algorithms, you know. So it really helps boost the channel. So if you can do that, I would really, really appreciate it. But anyway, it's Sunday. It's 12:30 here. The sun is shining here in Alicante. I hope you're well, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the weekend. What's left to it. I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Wednesday, if not sooner. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.